We're talking about Destiny at E3, and you're watching Connected Digital World.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us your role?
I am Jason Sussman. I'm a senior environment artist at Bungie Studios.
So we're here to talk about Destiny. So
yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Destiny?
So in Destiny, you play the role of a guardian, and you are venturing out to find out what happened to humanity after it was lost, and you're discovering the secrets of the Traveler and basically exploring throughout our universe.
So the PlayStation conference, or Sony conference on Monday, revealed a new trailer.
Yes.
A lot more background.
Yes.
Although they didn't really tell us much. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the background that you can reveal at the moment?
As far as what we're showing in the alpha, what you know is that you have the Ghost, which is your companion, and he is helping guide you. He's your light in this world, and kind of guides you through the world of Destiny. And like I said, you're a guardian, and you can pick one of three classes, which is the Titan, the Hunter, or the Warlock. And each of those classes are different in their own unique ways. And you take the custom character that you've created, and you journey out onto Cosmo, which is the Earth destination, and explore that area, kind of uncover some secrets there. And then you can take all that and go into our Crucible, which is our multiplayer, and you can also play a Strike, which is like a co-op mission with other players, which is a very linear co-op mission culminating in like a big boss battle.
Great. So if I didn't particularly want to play multiplayer, do I still get as much of the enjoyment other than obviously playing with friends? Can I play it on my own?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can run through the world by yourself and explore the same content that everyone else is doing with their friends. There's a lot of different activities to do that you can absolutely do by yourself.
Okay. Tell us about how you go around designing a level for a game like Destiny.
It's a big undertaking. It's a very, very large game, and I've said this. I've been saying this throughout the expo, that this is the largest game I've ever worked on, content-wise. The amount of content that we're generating for each of these environments. And the first thing we do is we go through like the early stages of like mass out, and we start playing the game very early on and running throughout the space and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and then we slowly chip away at that and refine it until we get the basic composition of the space, not only visually but the game design into the space. And this is all happening in conjunction with story, and then we kind of do that finishing pass, and I'm really diluting it down. There's a lot of work that goes into this with a lot of different people, but it's a real refined process. That one of the things that we do at Bungie so well is that we play very early, and we play throughout, so we make sure that every element, every little nook and cranny is fun in its own way.
So what do you guys use as inspiration for creating these different levels then?
Well, we've said before, this is like mythic science fiction, right? We're bringing some fantasy in, we're bringing some science fiction in, and we're also founding it on a lot of the things that we already do really well, right? Just that boots on the ground, first-person shooter, and that's kind of our foundation, and then we expand upon that. And so, for example, like I was the destination owner for Mars, and Mars, we took some of the realities of Mars, like the base level, and we've done this across the game. We base it in reality and what we know, but we amplify that and bring it up to the fantastic almost, right? And really try to make Destiny more of a hopeful place instead of a bleak place. I mean, it could have gone that way, right? Because humanity's lost. It could have been this really dark place, but there's a line of hope throughout everything that we've built in the game.
So you mentioned earlier, obviously, multiplayer and co-op. How are you guys going to do balancing for multiplayer?
So one of the things that we've been doing is we allow all the customization and personalization you've done to your character throughout the game. You can bring that right into the Crucible, into multiplayer. And so all the tweaks that you have on your weapon, like you can upgrade your weapon, you can upgrade your armor, and all those abilities that you've put in there, are put into your character, you can bring into the Crucible. And what we've done to make that equalized for everyone, so if you're a level 4 playing against a level 20, is that we equalize the damage, we equalize the health for all players. So it comes down to skill and how you've personalized your character.
That's great.
Yeah.
Weapons. Let's talk weapons. Tell us about the weapons.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of. I mean, I know we've also said this before, but there's a lot of weapons in the game, and all the weapons are actually customizable. You have your primary weapon, your special weapon, and your heavy weapon. In each one of those classes, there's a multitude of different weapons that you'll find, and you can find them exploring the world. You can find them in chests or off bosses. You can get them in the strike. You can get them in the raid, which is our most difficult challenge within Destiny, and most rewarding. So you can get a lot of different weapons there as well. And so there's a lot of long range, close range, and medium range weapons that you can pick up along the way.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what about vehicles then?
So vehicles, you have your primary vehicle, which is the Sparrow, and you will get that as a player, and you can use that in the Crucible as well, as well as the rest of the explorable space. And then there are enemy vehicles that you will find. We actually have some of them in First Light, which is one of our Crucible maps, and that is the Pike, the Fallen Pike, and the Cabal Interceptor, and both of those are in there. The Cabal Interceptor is a big brooding, heavy vehicle, and the Pike is a more agile vehicle for the player.
So, obviously we can't really talk about Destiny without mentioning in origins such as Halo now.
Right.
Halo was a game that you guys developed that really changed everything for everyone. Do you guys feel under any sort of pressure with Destiny about bringing something as good as or even better than Halo, or are you just saying, look, we did that, this is Destiny?
Well, I think with any game release, I mean, there's always an amount of pressure, and I think with Destiny, doing some of the things that we're doing and the way that we're expanding the universe that we already created, right? Like we knew first and foremost that we wanted to be a first-person shooter, but we wanted to see where we could take that. Like, how can we broaden that, or what areas can we explore? Not just in the game, but explore gameplay ideas and design ideas and different aesthetics that we wanted to do within the game. And I think that that there's always a lot of nervousness about that. There's still a lot of nervousness. I mean, even right now, where we're like, oh, please, we just it's a labor of love, right? And there's a lot of years went into this, and it's really, really nice for us to be able to get the alpha out there and actually give players the opportunity to experience something that we've been sitting on for so long, and we're collecting a lot of data from this. We're watching how players play, and based on their decisions, that's what we're gonna roll into the beta. We're really trying to learn as much as we can about this new title.
Fantastic. So at the Sony press conference on Monday, it was announced that there was going to be some exclusive content for PS4 owners for Destiny. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Absolutely. We have some great content for all the PlayStation owners, and it will be coming to them very soon.
Can you reveal anything, or is it...
Well, we have the strike, so we have a new strike. I believe we have some new armor sets, and there's a few other things, a few other tidbits in there. So yes.
Well, we look forward to finding out more about that soon then.
Great.
So just how big is the world of Destiny?
It's really large. We worked really, really hard to make sure that we could deliver the largest possible areas that Bungie has ever created in any of our titles.
Cool, so enough to keep people interested then?
Oh, absolutely, for quite some time.
Excellent. What's been probably the biggest single challenge you guys have had to overcome for this game?
I think it is it being as large as it is, right? And the amount of personalization that you can do and the customization you can do to your player, and ensuring that there's not too much content, there's not too little content, and finding that right balance. We're constantly balancing everything. Even the alpha is going to help us tweak a lot of those settings throughout the game.
Okay. And what's your favorite character to play as?
Warlock, hands down. Yeah, Warlock is my favorite. He's the wizard class, right? He's this magic user. I like to call it the Warlock High Five when he vaporizes people. His melee is actually just slamming them with his hand, and the force that comes out of it is really, really cool.
Excellent. We'll play as him then. What message can you give to the people watching this as to why they should play Destiny?
I think Destiny is going to be a really unique experience for people that love first-person shooters, and for people that love to customize their character in a first-person shooter, because our customizations aren't just aesthetic. They aren't just armor for the sake of having really cool armor. Everything that you pick up along the way changes the way you play, and you can completely personalize your experience within this game, and there's a lot of content for them to see.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to playing more. So, when's the game out and on what formats?
Okay, the game will be shipping on September 9th, and the platforms will be PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360.
Is there a PC version?
Not this time. We would love to do a PC version, but we've been so focused just launching this thing on 4 consoles. I think this is probably the most inclusive Bungie's ever been, and it's taken a lot of effort.
And for people who want to find out more about Destiny, where can they go?
They can go to greatnessawaits.com/Destiny or Bungie.net.
Thanks very much for your time today.
No problem. Thank you very much.